Hey everyone, welcome to Transmission 4. We've been pretty busy here at Blueprint, developing the Battle Arcade project. It's probably just going to be a quick one today because I'm not feeling too good and it's Friday, so hopefully we can get through this pretty quickly. So just a taster then. So the month started off pretty well. We've been running obviously workshops out of the library. So we've had kind of people coming in there, and we've been running kind of photogrammetry workshops as well. So kids were outside, scanning objects with their phone. So you can see that's the flower bed from Netley House that's in Fortnite. So these sessions have been going really well. We've been building out the map quite significantly, making our way to the Battle Arcade. These are some of the concepts that Matilda brought through, which I thought were really cool around dragon wings and armor. So that could be a game mode we could implement. Should be quite cool. Here's just a little preview of outside Schletley House where we were basically processing the scan. And if you see here, this was just a quick workshop, but Carl was helping out to basically turn that building into a 3D model that we could import into Fortnite. So what you can see here is that in action. I think it looks really cool with the textures. So that's pretty much what we're going to be working towards, is texturing the rest of the map. So Matt's been running workshops in Blender on how to basically clean up the design, things like that. So yeah, this was us out and about. Yeah. So sorry. We've also been spending a lot of time in the workshop. So one of the main things for the Battle Arcade was building these machines that would upload your score to a leaderboard and you can compete against everyone else in the town. So it's been quite a challenge to get all of this technology working together. So we've been essentially looking at how we can wire in the photoelectric sensor, the barcode scanner. I don't know if you can see this, but essentially we've rerouted all of those cables now in the game. So you can see here, this is the countdown timer. The screen's broken, but we're gonna be replacing that. We've got a newer version coming up, so I'll show you that. One thing we've been exploring is using AI to troubleshoot some of the problems. So I've been amazed at how it's been able to suggest kind of improvements. It's mind-blowing, to be honest. So that's been quite interesting and something that I think we'll start bringing into the workshops. One thing we did do was upgrade the collet. Basically, we needed an up and down cut bit, which was 5mm, because basically the neon strip, which is like for the backboard, needed to fit like quite snug. So we've recut that essentially. So you can see here, this was like the first test, but it was a much better finish, which was pretty good. So that fits in pretty snug there, which I was quite happy with. There's Matt playing around with the VR headset. We're actually looking to get some racing sims soon and use that to play that game. So keep your eyes out for that. I also had the pleasure of going to speak at the Sustainability Conference for Schools, which was a lot of fun, just sharing about the project and just basically offering workshops to any students and things who are interested. This is the QR code scanner that's nicely, snugly fits in the front of the machine. And what you can see here, we cut out, there's like little holes. So I was thinking about how we get the balls to like not come through and bounce back. So I thought what we could do is have this pattern and then put like a bungee cord or something in. So that's ordered on the way. So yeah, this was earlier today. So pretty happy with where we've got to. So it's just me explaining, yeah, what we're going to do with the bungee cords. But effectively, you can now scan the QR code. And it's quite clever because the game, when it turns on, it fetches the settings, basically the game duration, the points multiplier, and the user ID, obviously, when you sign in. So it's 3, 2, 1, and go. And essentially, that's then counting your score. So when you finish the game, it'll upload your score to the leaderboard. Obviously, this is the first prototype. We've got quite a few improvements to make. I need to hook up the lights, add some speakers. Sorry, I sound horrendous. But basically, what we need to do is change the hoop because it's too big at the moment. It's kind of catching maybe 85, 90% of the hoops, but it's missing a few because the hoop's too big. So we need to get a smaller hoop basically to make that more efficient. Matt's obviously been busy modeling the benches from town and a load of other buildings. So what he's going to do now is just walk us through the progress that we've made on the Fortnite map. If you want to take over, Matt.
Share my screen. Can you see that? Okay, so a little update on the map. We've, like James said, we've added some textures in. And we've also touched up a few textures, made them look a bit more realistic and just better in general. We've started blocking out colors for the buildings just to prep them ready. We've also cleaned up some of the buildings because the textures were quite stretched. So yeah, we're just trying to make these look a bit more clean. But the big part of the map so far has been the inner floor, which we have now.
Oh, that looks so good. It's probably worth explaining like how we achieve this literally just by taking pictures of the floor, replicating the design.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so these like the tiles, the bricks, they're all just like an image from my phone, and then chucked them into Photoshop, just cleaned them up a bit, and then turned them into like various maps that we could, give off different like different data. So there's like a bump map which gives it the illusion of like depth, and then obviously the color and ambient occlusion, all that stuff for the way it like interacts with the lighting. So yeah, but there is a faster way to do that, so we don't need to use Photoshop anymore. I'll go into that in a little bit, but yeah, we've got a new, quicker piece of software to use. But yeah, this is the updated floor. So now we haven't just got like a mud ramp here. We've actually got the floor in. And it's pretty good. Textures look good as well. They're not as repetitive anymore. Yeah, still need to add some separation lines, but
Mhm.
in general, the floor is pretty much there.
Yeah, it's starting to really look like the real thing now, which I think is super exciting.
Yeah, definitely. We rescaled this entire section because we realized it was like way too big. My fault. I added the extra walls where they shouldn't have been.
Do you want to run around the back, just where the
Yeah,
kind of car park section's going to be? So obviously, it's like a combination of different landscapes here, but if you
Yeah.
go around the right, Matt.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we basically walked around the other day, and the plan is in our workshops in the library, we want to get people kind of out and about and taking reference images, scans that they can then, basically contribute to the map. But obviously, we're looking to tap into kind of their creativity as well. So it won't just be a carbon copy. Obviously, you can see skyscrapers and floating mountains. We want it to be a bit more interesting as well. But I think, yeah, you've done a pretty good job, Matt. It's looking good.
Cheers, man. Yeah, it's like there's so much potential to put in the map, isn't there? So like, and like recreating it, like even this part here, we've walked down this countless times, haven't we? And just to
Mm.
see it now coming together is quite cool.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see now in the workshops where we get,
Mhm.
the children to actually enclose the map, so it's not
Yeah.
like plain.
Yeah, go have a run over to the
Yeah.
map there and fly the helicopter around.
Yeah, may take me a minute to get there.
That's all right. Yeah, just a general update then in terms of kind of what's next. We've been kind of doing a lot of planning for next month, and what I want to do is open another pop-up in town. So obviously we had the plastics recycling shop, which I think was really, really good in terms of engaging with the community and stuff like that. So I want to do the same thing, but bring the basketball hoop into town, have the VR headset, the potentially a racing sim, and we can run almost like an open studio. So we'll be working there on the project, and people can kind of jump in, get involved, learn about the electrical engineering side of stuff, how to get the sensors working, and a bit of a brainstorm around how we actually design the arcade. Because we've got a floor plan that we're kind of needs work, to be honest. So we're looking to kind of co-design that with anyone who's interested, really. So that's kind of the next steps moving forward. But yeah, we've obviously been building this out now for a couple of months, but it's coming together quite nicely.
Yeah, and I think a big part of the map as well, we've had to reposition this entire like section here that I'm currently flying towards. Because we noticed, didn't we, how it was actually on an angle, not 90 degrees. So
Mhm.
it's easy to like get fooled sometimes when you're modeling it. 'Cause you get put into like a bubble when you're modeling. So, so
Yeah, no,
obviously
it was useful to have the satellite
reference.
image,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
So
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it, basically. I think next month now we're going to do basically a big drive on volunteers. So we want to get more of these machines made, run more workshops, and hopefully get a hold of a space in town so we can do a lot more engagement work. But hopefully in the next week or two, I'll be putting a lot more out on socials in terms of the technical development, in terms of account creation, collectibles, and things like that. But yeah, I'll leave it there just because I need to go lay down, I think. But we shall hopefully see you all next month.
yeah.
Cool. Cheers, Matt. I will
Yeah. Cheers, James.
see you in a bit. Peace.
Yep. Talk to you in a bit.